Holly Smith, I am super pumped up today. Thank you so much for your time. It is always great chatting with you. How are we doing?
I'm great. Thanks, Adrian. How are you?
Oh, look, you know what? I just can't wait to get into this because we've been working together for just over a year and some great things have happened, not only in your business, but also in your life. And I'm super excited to get into it with you.
Sounds good.
Holly, when we first sat down, what was the number one problem that you were having before you come on board?
Well, I guess it was that I had a good system happening. Like I had, a few clients, they were quite low ticket at the time. I had been doing maybe like online coaching for about a year or 6 months.
Yeah.
I think it was about 6 months to be totally honest. And yeah, I was stuck. I had Facebook ads running, and then there was the elections and America, and it shut down everyone's Facebook ads. So that was a big thing. So I was getting quite good, generation from my Facebook ads. So when they permanently disabled mine, which means I requested a review and I couldn't get it back. So I didn't, that was my lead income besides obviously reaching out to people. So I had Facebook, Instagram, and I had family members and I had a few other people go, you have to get on LinkedIn. You have to get on LinkedIn. It's awesome. I never really understood it. Again, probably like everyone listening to this or someone who's not on LinkedIn goes, oh, I thought it was just for busy, professionals, for business people. But like times have changed. It is a whole new world out there. And I'm so in love with LinkedIn. I'm so in love with my connections now. But I guess going back, I had to make an action plan, had to come up with something else because I didn't have my Facebook ads. So I hardly use Facebook anymore. And now everything is on LinkedIn. So now I've got a really good strategy and it's all organic. That's a good thing. It's completely organic. But now I have a strategy. I have a system that's working really well. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like I had to take the next step.
Holly, I love that. One thing that really stood out to me was a system. You went from Facebook and you had to think of another way, another avenue. And that's where you looked into LinkedIn, and you have a system that is working for you. Let's go a little bit deeper. Tell me a little bit more about the system and how it allows you to free up your time.
Yeah, good question. So look, there's different stages, and obviously having a good action plan in place, like finding your niche. And mine was busy individuals. And I actually had someone in the past tell me, like, I was like, I feel like all my clients are on LinkedIn. And this is before I started LinkedIn. They're like, no, that's a false misbelief. But you know what? They are. All my clients are on LinkedIn, to be totally honest, because they're busy individuals. So anyway, so that was one thing, is finding a niche. I think with this system, knowing what you need to do, having the action plan in place, and what you need to do in regards to what to say in your DMs, what content to post, speaking to that one person as well, like your ideal one client. Like for example, if you had the one perfect client and you could create content and post it every single day with consistency, speaking to that one person, it's not until you actually find that something just clicks and then everything falls into place. But in regards to systems, I guess it's kind of like I went to Adrian because I needed a system, right? And he has all the systems in place. I wouldn't know where to start. And then obviously getting a VA on board really helped. So I got a VA and that really helped out. And now I have a really good system working and I can focus now on things that really do matter. And that's coaching my clients.
I love that. Holly, when it comes to handing off that system or handing over those tasks that you were doing within that 5 hours, what was a turning point? Why did you decide to hand it over?
I didn't want to sit on my phone twiddling my fingers for 5 hours, and I had all this other stuff in my back burner. I had stuff to post. I had, still face-to-face clients at the time. This was last year. I still had all this stuff, like running a business by yourself, all the emails, everything that you had to do, let alone trying to reply to almost 100 people per day on LinkedIn. Like just time, not time wasting, because you're obviously generating leads, you're creating connections, and it's all good until, like, I think the turning point was I remember sitting on the couch at 10 o'clock at night because I didn't finish all these messages, and then building up over the weekend. I was just like being so exhausted. So when I got to hand that over and actually start delegating, that was the first thing I ever actually was able to delegate, and it was a weight lifted off my shoulders. And in the same like sense, this is probably like everyone probably listens to this and feels the same way. When you start delegating, it's hard to delegate because you think you can do it better than anyone else, right?
Yeah.
So that was a really big thing. And I'm sure a lot of people, still haven't delegated stuff that they need to because that's keeping them stuck. But the only thing that's keeping you stuck is not delegating, because you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah. What was the obstacle that would have prevented you from working with myself?
It's just a little bit difficult for me, I guess, to answer that question, because I'm very I'm very black and white. I'm very there's no such thing as obstacles. They're just a mountain, I have to get over, or, whatever. But I think if there was an obstacle, like people were thinking of working with you, I mean, obviously, if it is a finance thing, then you need one. The thing is, if you want to you want to be successful and you want to do it fast, sometimes you've got to just, pay to get somewhere faster. And that's just it. And to be honest, if I didn't do what I did, there was no way I'd be sitting here right now talking to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Being this successful. And that's just simple. And that's just fact. So if finance is the issue, just, figure out a way to do it and stop second guessing yourself and thinking you can do it yourself and do it better. Because it's just, you won't, you can't, unless you've got a gift and you know what you're doing. Because if you knew what you were doing, you would have already got there, right?
Yeah.
So you're just contradicting yourself when you say that. Otherwise, and then if you feel like, I don't have enough time, I've got a side hustle, all the time excuses, then you create your own time. If you cannot give 38 hours a week to your own LinkedIn profile, then you don't have to. There's a whole lot of strategy for that. And it's worked around you and your lifestyle. It can be implemented for anyone, no matter where they are in life.
Yeah. Love that. Now, Holly, you are a in-person trainer. Now, in the last year, obviously, the world has changed, and therefore you've been in and out of in-person training online.
Yep.
How has that affected your business and also the opportunities that are out there online?
Oh, opportunity was 10x, 100%. The fact is, face-to-face in the last year, a lot of people were freaking out. It's like, losing jobs, gyms shutting down and lockdown. The thing is, I not being up myself, but I was pretty smart. I never wanted to work in a gym. I never did, because I didn't want to pay rent. And 2, I wanted to run under my own terms, right? Yeah. So what I did is I created a business 4 years ago now, I think. And I would drive to people's houses and train them. So I had my own mobile personal training business. So that didn't really affect me during lockdown, right? But soon as my online, the thing is, there's only so many people you can train in a day, and you get burnt out very fast. Driving, sitting. The reason I wasn't able to walk for 4 weeks, 2 years ago, was because I was waking up at 3:30 in the morning, going to bed at 11 o'clock at night, and my lower back gave way, my knees gave way, because my health, my emotional stress just straight downhill. And that's why I guess online space was really good. And I decided to do it at the right time, because Corona hit at exactly the same year. Crazy. Literally the same month I started. I was like, thank you, God. I was like, how did this happen? Anyway, so it worked in my favor, lucky. I guess the opportunity was huge, because I actually got to a point where I had to get rid of most of my face-to-face clients. And now I was just thinking about it today, and I'm super transparent. I was just driving. I'm like, get to wake up, do a little bit of work, go talk to I still do a few face-to-face clients, have a good chat, go to do my own workout. I remember the first thing I ever said when I first joined a coaching program was, the guy was like, what do you want? And the only reason I really, really joined was because I was like, he's like, do you want to wake up every single day, for someone else? And that was the real reason I wanted to jump online, was because I wanted to wake up and do what I wanted to do, not meet somebody else to help them. Sounds horrible and selfish, but I'd been doing that for 3 years, 3-4 years, meeting someone at their house at 4 o'clock in the morning, knocking on their door in winter, in the pitch black, and just not lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I just want to wake up, do my own workout. That's all I wanted to do in life. Anyway, today, it's funny this, I don't even tell you this. I was like, just driving. I'm just like, such a beautiful day. And I'm like, I'm so grateful. You know what? I come back home, eat my breakfast at 10 o'clock. I still wake up early because I want to do stuff. But I'm like, I can do whatever I want when I want now. And I never, ever I thought the entrepreneur life was just like a gimmick. But the thing is, it's not about, having bigger things or better things. It's about living a life that you generally can do what you want, when you want, love what you do, and wake up every single day grateful because of all the hard work you put in. Anyway, that's my spiel.
Boom. And it doesn't have to take 20 years to achieve.
No, I've only been doing this for 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, year and a half, 2 years, I think.
Insane. 2 years.
Yeah, wow. Crazy how fast, it's just amazing looking back of where you started and thinking where I'm going to be in the next 2 years. Yep. I'm so excited. It excites me.
Holly, your energy is insane today and I'm loving it. So
when you speak about stuff you're passionate about, energy flows.
All right, let's shift gears, Holly.
Yeah.
What are the results that you've achieved and what does the future look like for you?
Good question. So the results I have achieved. So I started LinkedIn probably just over a year ago, started with 200 connections, and now I have grown to 24,000 connections, I think. 24,000. So that's a lot. To be honest, that's a lot of people. Yeah. I have built and found an amazing community of people that my network, I have no words. I'm speechless of how grateful I am to be surrounded by just awesome people that constantly want to give value to you, constantly want to help you, give you advice. I love people. I'm such a people person. I love being social. So LinkedIn, obviously networking is perfect for me, but I'm at a point where I could literally ring up anyone in this world. And if I fly to America or Greece or even just, to Melbourne, I can ring them up and go, oh, hey, let's catch up for a coffee. I have nowhere to stay. Can I stay at your house? How cool is that? Just from being online. And this, I don't think this really would have ever taken off as much as it would if Corona or the virus didn't happen. Because obviously we've learned to we can go to networking meetings from the other side of the world via Zoom, So I guess, the network and the people you meet, that's the biggest thing. And obviously being able to live the life and financially being able to provide me with the life that I want to live. That's, I guess, that. And then where do I see myself in the future? I've got exciting things happening. I just see myself 10xing everything I'm doing now, building a team and living the dream every day.
Love it.
Because I choose to.
Holly, I know that there's going to be people watching this right now and they're going to be thinking, okay, cool. You've built up your brand, your connections. I want to know on the back end, what are you generating? How many leads are you getting per day, per month, ongoing? Because you and I both know, this is a predictable system. We know how many people we're going to put on our email list. We know how many people we're going to get booked calls from, how many calls we're going to book. And also we're going to be able to predict the monthly amount of people that are going to reply to our offers on email and in our DMs. What are some tangible numbers that you can share with the audience and why that system is working so well?
Yeah, good question. So I think for me personally right now, and it's taken me a while to get this. I was like, all I want to do is talk, have maybe, sign on one person every week. And the thing is, I'm signing on now quality people because my delivery has changed and my programs have changed. So now I'm doing only really high ticket coaching.
Yep.
right now. So
what's high ticket to you? What's
the price?
amount? Yep.
Yep. So I charge around $1,200 a month is my high ticket. So I have more quality over quantity people now. And I have about, between that and then my other ticket, which is monthly coaching, not weekly, is $475 a month.
Yep.
And between the both of them, I sign on average, 1 to 2 a week. I'm super happy with. And I guess in regards to, I have probably calls booked a week, average from 5 to 12. Sometimes I have bloody 18. Who knows? It really ranges every week. And then in regards to signing on people monthly, it would be like maybe an average of like, again, it depends what offer I'm putting out as well. If I have a challenge starting or what, it can range from, 5 to 10 people a month.
Yeah.
But on average, I remember I just did my metrics, and I'll be super honest with everyone as well. Like my finances, like 6 months, it's funny, literally last night, 6 months ago, I was probably earning an average just online, not my in-person training, my other business things, was like around, 5,000-6,000. And now I'm like consistently ranging between, 11 to 13,000 a month, which I'm pretty happy with. For 2 years of work.
Yeah. And I think it's important, and I really want to share this as part of Holly's journey. You've focused on, one, giving value, connecting with your market.
Yep.
Right. So that a lot of the process stuff, because without the authority, credibility, and building your brand, the lead generation is not gonna work. Without that, that front end authority building, connecting with people, being relatable.
Yeah.
Those are the things are what transfer into the lead gen. And the same thing can apply in fitness. A lot of people focus on the training aspect, and they focus less on the managing stress and lifestyle factors.
Yeah.
Sleep, stress, rest, and nutrition. And those, if you compare them to the business scenario here today for LinkedIn, authority, credibility, brand, and training or lead gen as the fourth part.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I just really wanted to highlight that for the audience, because you've done it so well, and people only have to go and check out your profile and see the amount of engagement and views that doesn't directly lead to sales, but it gives you the credibility, authority, the know, love, and trust.
Well, that's it. Yeah, 100%. And it's like it's not just like you post and don't even reply to the comments, but like it's a two-way situation. Like you don't just post and, post stuff just so you can you post stuff to give value because you generally love what you do. And if you do not love what you're doing right now in the niche you have, I generally love, I just want to hug all my clients because I love them so much. And they're seeing their progression, knowing that oh my gosh, Holly, I had someone say the other day, there is no way I would be in this business, in this job right now if it wasn't for you asking me to, follow up with that person. So I remember saying to him, I was like, oh, it was a really awesome opportunity as well. He's like, thank you so much. Just things like that, oh my gosh, just makes me so happy. But I guess a takeaway for anyone, you've got to be authority. And it wasn't until I took the authority of I am the best at coaching busy people to put themselves first, and every bit of content I put out, I know what I'm talking about. I can give you everything that you need to succeed because I've been through it, I'm just not making this up out of thin air. I've been through it. I've created the strategy and now I can help other people. And if you're not passionate about what you're doing, then maybe you're in the wrong niche or the wrong market, and that's the difference between a giving and taking mindset.
Boom. Givers gain.
Yeah. Agreed.
Holly, what specific feature did you like most about?
I liked having knowing that I could reach out and ask a question and, meet with you, even if it was a week or whatever, and talk about everything. Me being able to go blurt everything out, as I do.
Yeah.
I do talk a lot and blurt it all out. And then Adrian goes, okay, cool. All right. And then we make an action plan, which is what I love to do. I think that's really nice, like, because you know kind of how I think now and you kind of work around that, which I love. You know, you've got to adapt to each person. And that's what I personally do with my clients. So that's one thing. And then obviously the VA part. If I didn't have my VA and the back end part of my system and someone helping me and giving me new ideas and helping to delegate, helping to create a different strategy in the background that you probably would have never have thought of. Yeah. And having someone to ask and bring that to and come up with new ideas and go, oh my gosh, I would have thought about that, because that's the whole idea of coaching, right?
Yeah.
Is, you know, asking questions and answering your own question, but also having someone to provide you value for questions you can't ask or we don't know.
Yeah. Why would you recommend other thought leaders, startups, entrepreneurs, business owners start working with us?
I would recommend if you're ready to like actually do it properly, total honesty, you've probably been fluffing around for a while, just trying to see what other people are doing and just try and post every day and provide value, reach out a few people. So if that's like literally you and you just want to 10x and actually create a system, there's a difference between just posting on social media and trying to gain leads.
Yeah.
To running a business. Running on LinkedIn it's actual business. It's a proper business. It's like people don't actually realize that the system, the strategy that you give people is a business. Everything you do, the VA, everything, like yourself, like the content, the marketing, it's all a business. If you want to show up on LinkedIn as a business and help people, and you're sick of doing it yourself when nothing's working, basically, or you're ready to take it to the next level, I recommend that you really just bite the bullet and just do it. Stop wasting time and motivation and energy when you can just get someone else to help you do it.
Love that. As Craig Ballantyne says, our mutual friend, success loves speed. Success
loves speed. And you know what? You said that to me like the other week, and like I've been like, obviously that's been in my head like the last like 2 years, success is speed. But like just last week, I had the most like crazy week. I was on fire every single day because I wasn't waiting. And this is what I say to my coaching clients. I'm like, don't wait to do a 10-minute task. Just do it.
Yeah.
And then I did that last week. You know what? I had a really successful week.
Holly Smith, what else would you like to add to our conversation today? Is there anything else? Is there anything else you want to share about your journey so far with us working together?
I guess I've just like learnt so much, like, to be honest, when you think you know things, you really don't know enough and you can never know enough. So the fact is like, and the thing is, the difference between Adrian is that he keeps evolving. You know, every single time we jump on a call, he's got something new to show me. He's got something to tell me. He's showing me different things, a new strategy, like, there's always something new. And if you hire someone that doesn't do that, doesn't actually, this doing the same thing every single week, you know, just talking to you to help you get through your issues or problems, but not giving you an actual action plan and a strategy to get through it, then there's no point. So the difference between Adrian and another person is he'll give you literally everything that you need. He'll walk you through it. If there's an issue, he'll actually, you know, help you overcome it, rather than going, oh, we've got to wait till next month to take that next step. Oh, we've got to, you know, if you have been a coaching program, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know, so that's the difference, I guess. And you're constantly evolving, which means you can constantly evolve and learn new things. So yeah.
Boom. Appreciate it, Holly.
Appreciate you.
Where can people find Holly Smith? LinkedIn?
Well, maybe LinkedIn. You can find me definitely on LinkedIn, Holly Smith PT or Holly Smith. Can't remember what I am now. And you can find me on Instagram as well, which I am not as active on, but I'm still pretty active on Instagram, which is Holly_Smith00 and BizFit, BIZ.FITT.
Awesome. And if anyone has any questions, Holly, are you cool if they reach out to you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, feel free to send me a message. Happy to answer any questions. And happy to have a chat.
Holly Smith, this has been freaking awesome. I'm super grateful to be working with you and growing and evolving
Yeah.
on this journey with you. Super excited to actually meet you face to face.
Oh, actually, I keep forgetting that.
When we can travel.
I know, right?
So,
Crazy.
Holly, thanks again. Let's keep smashing it, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Adrian.